Okay, so let's start with something different today. With the summer season coming up, and May is a good example of that, I'd like to tell you what movies are coming up this May that I plan to see and hopefully review. So, it should be first and foremost that this weekend is the first weekend of May, and I plan to see, well, not opening weekend, but during next week, The Devil Wears Prada 2. My mom and I recently rewatched the first one on Disney Plus, so we're all set for the new one, and man, they still all look so good after all these years. Although Stanley Tucci does tend to keep the same look, if you know what I mean. But yeah, who would have thought that this would happen after all these years? Although I am curious if this movie, like, you know how that saying takes place sometime, like how many years or whatnot since the first one, so I guess I'll just have to wait and see when the movie comes out and decide then. Now, as for any type of genre of films, well, that's kind of like drama or somewhat, I guess you could call that. Sheep Detectives, that's something I saw a preview of that's coming up this month with Hugh Jackman. Now, I was a little skeptic because it's like the sheep are talking animals, so, you know, like that type of live action film and like big celebrities, CGI, voicing these characters that are animals, but I'm optimistic. I don't know what the thoughts are yet, but it seems pretty well done. And Hugh Jackman, always a pleasure to see. This is Wolverine, we're talking about Bub. And by the way, I love saying the word bub because, well, it's a thing. Now, usually throughout the many months or years, there are special holidays and movies tend to do good even for these special holidays. And one holiday in particular for May is, of course, Memorial Day weekend. So, yeah, that's definitely an opportunity to make money. So, what is exactly due out Memorial Day weekend? Well, May 22nd. And I'll be wearing something special next week because May the 4th is this Monday. But yep, Star Wars officially returns to theaters unexpectedly with The Mandalorian Grogu. There's no need to introduce that, and we all know him. We know Grogu, or the Baby Yoda, the child. You can pick a name or you can pick any of them. I pick any of them. Now, I will say it is interesting. You think this could have just stick on Disney Plus, but nope. It's getting a theatrical release, and I'm excited to see what they can do. I know that Star Wars in recent years hasn't been so well, and that's mostly because of change of management with Kathleen Kennedy. Now, The Force Awakens did well when it first came out, and even Rogue One, which has hands down the best Darth Vader appearance, not just the movie, but in all of Star Wars. But they did kind of struggle with like The Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, and Solo, which basically the last Star Wars movie of the years was Rise of Skywalker, but the last one to have been a spin-off, like with Rogue One, was Solo, and that also underperformed when it came out, but they had issues. Like Kathleen Kennedy had different people work out these projects, and they were fired back and forth. Different people took over. Solo, for example, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, great duo for the Spider-Verse films, and recently Project Hail Mary. They were working on the film, but were fired halfway, and Ron Howard took over and had to reshoot the whole movie. This made it not just like that big a deal, but one of the most expensive movies ever made, as that saying goes. In fact, there was even one actor whose role had to be recast due to reshoots. Originally, Dryden Wallace, the big intergalactic gangster kingpin, was supposed to be played by an actor named Michael K. Williams, but then when Ron Howard took over and had to reshoot the whole movie, this actor couldn't come back. So Paul Bettany was cast for the role instead, which I didn't mind actually. I don't know much with Michael K. Williams, I'm sure he sounds all, but Paul Bettany has that iconic voice and fit the role well. But hopefully The Mandalorian Grogu will turn out well. Kathleen Kennedy is gone, and Dave Filoni, who's big in Star Wars, is the new man in charge, so well, this is the way. Leave any thoughts and comments down below, and I will see you next time. Take care.